Congratulations on your graduation, Rachel. Huh? Oh, hi, Lisa. You knew it was graduation ceremony at my university today? Yep, looks like you're a full-grown adult now. I guess. That reminds me, where did you get a job at? What? Remember how I asked you about how your job hunting was going around a year ago? You told me it's a secret. I won't tell you until graduation, right? I thought you would tell me after you graduated. Oh, yeah, I remember. Do you want to know that much? You're my late father's second wife, and you're not even related to me by blood. Well, yes, but for the past 10 years, ever since you were 12, I treated you like my own daughter. At least I tried to. Well, I guess there's no denying that you supported me up until now. I'm a bit unhappy that we were slightly in poverty, though. That's because I was saving for the future. But it's also largely because I didn't use any of the money from the inheritance or the insurance he left you. What? Is that so? I was planning on giving you the necessary papers to sign once you became an adult. Then give it to me tomorrow. What? Tomorrow? I need to leave the apartment I rented when I entered university by the day after tomorrow. Oh, you're moving. Yep, I'll stop by your place while I'm at it. Do you have the necessary money to move? I'm fine. I'll tell you about my job when I go there tomorrow as well. Alright, got it. Rachel, who are these men? They're putting the stuff you had left in our house into a truck. Yep, I told them to do it. You told them? They didn't seem like the people that work for a moving company, though. They're Mom's colleagues from work? Huh? Mom? It's obvious, but I'm not talking about you, Lisa. Hold on, don't tell me that. Did you go and meet Renee? I did go and meet her. In fact, I'm with her right now. What's the meaning of this? Don't tell me that the whole time you were in university? Yep, thanks to Renee, life at university was so fun, and I forgot all about getting a job and you. Since when have you been meeting her? Ever since the coming-of-age ceremony, I hired a detective to find out where she lives, and I had him bring us together at the coming-of-age ceremony. A detective? We've been meeting regularly ever since. Why didn't you tell me anything? You know why your father and that woman got divorced, right? Didn't your dad tell you over and over to not go anywhere near her because she's dangerous? Lisa, I'm thankful, I guess, for you supporting me up until now, but that's just the obvious thing to do as my only guardian left after Dad died, right? But the only person I want to call mother is my actual mother, Renee. Rachel. I don't need you to provide me with any more money. I already got the papers I need to inherit Father's money. You're of no use to me anymore. Could you at least tell me where you're moving and where you're going to be working? Oh, that's right. I actually never got a job. What? So does that mean you're going to be graduating without a job? There's something I want to tell you. You see, it looks like my mother Renee is going to support me from now on, so I'm cutting ties with you. What? Renee is going to support you? I'm going to live with my real mother, who's now a celebrity. You're cutting ties? You see, my mom Renee married a really rich man and is now living a life as a celebrity. Apparently, his name is Jack Willis. Jack Willis? That's the name of the man that caused your parents' divorce. Apparently, but I'm not bothered by such things, so it's all right. I mean, he's rich after all. He's so rich that he told me I didn't need to get a job and that I could just relax all day. Isn't that great? What are you talking about? You're so nosy. He already bought me brand new bags and clothes and stuff. I saw with my own eyes that my mom was living a life of luxury. Renee doesn't have that much money, you know. Now you're just lying. Liar. Bye. Rachel! Hi, Lisa. It's been 2 months since we last talked. No, I thought you cut ties with me. You pay too much attention to details. You insulted my mom so much, so I thought I would get revenge by boasting about my new celebrity life. Revenge, huh? First off, to celebrate moving in with Mom, she bought me several pretty party dresses. She says we're going to go out next week in these dresses. Not only that, but tonight we're going to have a full-course dinner at a high-class restaurant with a view. Apparently, it costs $500 per person. To think that I would be eating a single meal that cost 2 months of my food expenses during university. I'm such a celebrity. Is that so? But you shouldn't let your guard down, alright? What do you mean? You see, there was something that I needed to tell you, but now that you're with them, I decided there was no longer any need. You're not making any sense. Well, I'm not your actual mother, and our relationship is a bit dry, but I did raise you for 10 years. So here's my last piece of advice for you. No matter what you do, don't give your father's inheritance to them. Huh? There's no way the kind of celebrity mother that's going to support me from now on is after my money. Don't get mad at me for no reason just because you're jealous that I'm living the life of a celebrity while you're still poor. Goodbye. Lisa? I'm begging you, answer my calls. I seem to recall you telling me that you were cutting ties with me. We have bigger problems right now. The account with Dad's inheritance money is completely dry. What? But I never gave them the account details. Did Renee steal them or something? I told you to change the PIN and the sign when I gave you the account details, right? Oh yeah, I changed both of them the next day, but... Did you check the account balance after that? Yeah, I did. The money Renee said would be in the account was there. If that's the case, then there's no way I would have been able to withdraw the money. You understand that, right? Then why? Did you tell anyone the PIN? Mom told me that she wanted me to change it to her birthday to celebrate me moving in with her. That's it then, I guess. But Mom would never do such a thing. Lisa, what should I do? Apparently Mom used the money to pay off her debt. So that's what happened. I knew it. Huh? You knew? No, but I guessed that that's what she would do with the money. You remember why your parents divorced, right? Yeah. Mom cheated on Dad, and also Mom was loose with her money. Lose is putting it lightly. What? This is before me and your dad met, and I don't know what your parents told you when they were getting divorced while you were still in elementary school, but it seems that Renee was the type of person to take out loans without even hesitating. One day, she borrowed a loan from a group that was considered suspicious in society. Apparently, she met the man she would cheat on your dad with through them. Your dad knew that this was going to mean trouble, and so he rushed to hire a lawyer. He had already been gathering evidence of your mother's adultery, and used that to get divorced with her immediately. He didn't ask her to pay any alimony, and in return got custody of you. He changed jobs and moved far away, bringing you with him. Your grandparents, who passed away 8 years ago and 5 years ago respectively, were also forced to move. So that's why I suddenly changed schools and moved? Yep, he said he cut ties with everyone except his parents from his hometown, as if overnight. What? I was planning on telling you this when you graduated from university, but you know what happened next. To be honest, Renee reaching out to you before that was a miscalculation on my part. I understand painfully now that I underestimated her, even though I only heard about her from your dad. Lisa, help me. What? I think they're going to make me take on customers from tomorrow. Customers? I overheard Renee and Jack talking to each other at night. It seems the party dress she bought for me last week was a uniform for work. Apparently, it's a hostess bar on the outside, but... I understand. Help me. I'm sorry, but I won't be able to directly help you right now. Why not? But we've known each other for 10 years. I was suddenly told that I needed to go on a business trip abroad. I'm currently in the United States. The U.S.? I'm probably going to live here permanently in the future. But you're the only person I can rely on, Lisa. Well, I'll give you one hint then. A hint? The fact that you can still text me means that you have a chance to escape. But I think it's going to be a race against time. What should I do? I'll tell Judith about the whole situation. Judith. Oh, your friend, right? The one who grew up on the island of Sakushima? Yep, that one. You know where she lives, right? Yep, the big house near the station, right? I always saw it on my way to high school, so I remember. Her husband is a lawyer, so ask him for advice. But I need money to get there. I'll tell Judith to pay for your taxi, so return it to her afterwards, alright? Got it. Lisa, thank you. I'm so glad you didn't get mad and cast me aside after what I said to you. But Rachel, I haven't forgotten what you said to me. I just know that this is my last act of kindness towards you. Lisa. I'm not going to help you anymore. Try and live on your own from now on. Okay, I'm sorry for what I said to you. Thank you for everything up until now. It seems that Rachel immediately hopped into a taxi after that and went to Judith's house. Her husband, the lawyer, was exceptionally skilled. Not only did he manage to get back all the money Renee stole from Rachel, but he also started an investigation of the illegal store Rachel was almost made to work at. Thanks to his efforts, Renee and her husband Jack are now behind bars. Apparently, they're guilty of countless other crimes as well, such as fraud and tax evasion, so they won't be able to get out of this for a while. Also, Judith occasionally tells me how Rachel's doing, but it seems that she found a job that came with housing all on her own and has moved there. My eyes teared up when she said that Rachel was doing her best and has become a humble person. It seems that Rachel is no longer the person who said all those heartless things to me and deeply regrets what she did. It seems that I can move on with my life, with no bitter feeling of contempt mixed with sadness. but with a feeling of joy and hope, knowing that Rachel went on the right path. Inspired by her change of character and her willingness to move on with life, I will also try to do my best in this newfound heaven of mine.
Melly, long time no see. It's your mom. Yes? So, the mom who gave birth to you, Melly. Huh? Didn't I tell you this number? You never told me. What's the matter now, all of a sudden? Hey, stop being so formal. It's off-putting. We're practically strangers now. Really? It's that attitude that's not so endearing. You're a girl. Try to be a little more charming. There's no way I can show charm to someone who had an affair and abandoned me and Dad. So why are you contacting me again? I told you before that I don't want to see or talk to you anymore. Well, your father won't respond to my messages, so I decided to reach out to you, Mally. This isn't my fault, is it? It's your father's fault for not replying. I bet it wasn't anything important anyway. Dad and I are living happily now. So please stay out of our lives. You're so cold. Remember, I'm the one who gave birth to you. I went through so much pain to bring you into this world. Couldn't you be a bit more kind? If you want to start that conversation, I'm just going to block you. Wait, there's something I need you to tell your father. Huh? If he doesn't reply, doesn't that say everything? There's no need for us to be involved anymore. Listen, Mally, your mom is in a really tough spot right now. I'm struggling to even afford meals for tomorrow. So what, are you asking for money? You know we're divorced, right? Why don't you ask the man you cheated with and remarried? We broke up. That's why I'm asking you. I see. You should try to work harder. I can't. I have a child. What? She's your sister. So what? Carol's still in elementary school, so it's difficult for me to work. If you have a child, wouldn't the child's father be providing child support? I don't think you'd understand since you're still young. Not everyone pays child support after the divorce. Carol's father has been out of touch since the divorce. I haven't received any child support since the divorce. Right. But that's still not something that concerns me or Dad, right? It's your lack of foresight, isn't it? How cruel! You realize your little sister can't get enough to eat, right? She's growing and it's just pitiful, don't you think? Well, but I've never met her. I mean, it doesn't feel real when you suddenly tell me I have a sister. Since she's your child, you should take care of her properly. That's a parent's responsibility, isn't it? That's why I need money. You should understand this, right? Remember when your father was on a business trip and I left you at home to go on a vacation with my boyfriend? I heard you were crying all the time because there was no food. Well, that incident led to my affair being exposed and ended up in a divorce. So I don't want Carol to go through the same thing. That's only natural, right? If I was doing the same thing, I'd be the worst. Hey, you're not doing that, are you? You're taking good care of this girl, Carol, right? That depends on you and your father, Mally. What's that supposed to mean? So, convince your father to send us some money. Once the money is deposited, I'll make sure Carol gets to eat properly. I'll be in touch again. What? You're too selfish. You're really the worst. This is Carol. Have you managed to send it? Hi, Carol. Thanks for reaching out. I know it must have been a shock when I suddenly showed up at your house earlier. I was surprised. But you knew who I were because of my mom. I thought maybe you were someone my mom knew. I see. I'm glad you have a smartphone, Carol. Did your mom buy it for you? Yes. She said it was necessary to send her what she wanted me to do. I see. I didn't get a chance to ask you properly earlier. You do love your mom, right? Yes. Because she's the only family I have. I'm sorry for asking such a strange question. And I'm sorry for trying to take you away from your home earlier. You didn't want to leave, did you? I'm not supposed to leave the house. I'm sorry. Was that because it was late? You do go to school, right? Mom said I didn't have to go to school. Yeah. I went when I was in first grade, but I haven't been going recently. That's so... When does your mom usually come home? I don't know. She comes home sometime. That's... Is it true that I have a big sister? Yes, that's true. We're half siblings. We share the same mother. Actually, I'm in a bit of a bind. I need your help. We've run out of food at home, and even when I ask Mom, she just tells me to drink water. So when you brought over the snacks earlier, I was really happy. I was really hungry and didn't know what to do. I see. I'm sorry, I should have taken you with me even if it meant forcing you. If I leave the house, Mom will get angry. I don't want to leave. So I'd like you to bring some more snacks. Sorry for being so selfish. You're not being selfish. Understood, I'll bring them. But you must be lonely at home alone, right? Yes. You want to go to school too, right? I want to. Then you have to leave that house. But my mom... I'll talk to Mom. Can I come over again now? Yes. But I wonder if Mom will get angry. And if Mom does get angry, I'll protect you. Okay. You know, I was told not to talk to adults. But it's okay if it's you, right? I won't get scolded, will I? Yes, I'm still in high school, so I'm not an adult. I'm a kid just like you, and I'm your big sister, so it's okay. I'm relieved. I'll be waiting for you, big sister. Mally, I haven't received any contact or money from Dad. What's going on? Did you tell him properly? You still haven't noticed. Huh? What? That Carol is missing. You haven't come home. What? Did you go to Carol's house? Yes, I wanted to check it out. I knew Mom's address from Dad. And you took Carol with you? Of course. How many days haven't you been home? The house was full of trash. She was crying because there was no food. Can't be helped, right? Since Dad isn't giving us any money. But that's not the point. But thanks anyway. You have a kind side after all, taking care of Carol. You're a lifesaver. I was about to go and check on her. What are you saying? You really haven't changed, have you? What would have happened if I hadn't gone, huh? Carol was malnourished, you know. But she's fine now, right? So what's the issue? Besides, if you've taken a liking to Carol, feel free to help her. I'm living with my new boyfriend, and I haven't told him about having a child, so it works out better this way. Oh, I see. But Carol isn't here right now. Huh? Then where is Carol? She's at a child welfare facility. I can't keep a child who isn't legally mine at home indefinitely. What? You took her to the child welfare office? Stop kidding around. It's obvious. Despite you calling Carol my half-sister, you have custody. If you had told your dad you were going to take her because he didn't provide any money, you would have created a huge fuss. If we're going to live together, we need to go through the proper channels. Otherwise, my dad and I could end up looking like the bad guys. Bring her back right now! I can't. Besides, I think the child welfare office has been trying to reach you. Why haven't you noticed until now? I was getting calls from unknown numbers, but I thought it was about my debt repayment, so I didn't answer. Wow, you even have debts? That's quite a predicament. You need money to survive! You mean money for yourself, right? If it was for Carol, there would have been a way to help. Hey, what's going to happen to me? I was warned by the child welfare office when I left you to go on a trip. You might be arrested this time. You've done enough to deserve it. I was just away from home for a little while. And I made sure to leave Carol with the smartphone so we could keep in touch. I was prepared to handle the situation. Even when she messaged you saying there was no food, all you told her was to drink water, right? And you even got angry for her contacting you over trivial matters. Did you even see the point in giving her a smartphone? She's not dead, so it's fine, right? I was trying not to make the same mistakes I made with you. And because of you, it's been found out again. What are you going to do about that? What are you saying? You're seriously stupid. You knew it would be a big deal if it got out, and yet you went ahead and did it. If you can't raise a child, don't bring one into this world. If you're going to make them miserable, don't have them. But I divorced because Carol's father promised to pay child support for Carol. I'm not at fault. It's Carol's lying father who wouldn't provide for her education that's to blame. Also, it's partly because you guys didn't lend me money. I agree it's wrong that Carol's father didn't pay child support, but you're the one who has custody. It's your responsibility to raise Carol. You're just as quick to pass the buck as you always were. Hey, I'll give her up. I don't need custody. So, can you tell the child welfare office that this has been resolved? I'm so happy and everything is going well with my current boyfriend. I don't want to miss this opportunity. Why do we have to work together to make you happy? I wish you would go to hell. You've done the same thing twice. You don't deserve to be happy. Mally, please. It's a lifetime request from your mom. Help me. Please. No way. Even though Carol and I wished so much, you never came home. Why would I help you? This time you can shiver all alone. Experience the feeling of despair properly. Sis. Carol. Have you learned to use a smartphone? Yes. Someone told me I could do it if I used something called Wi-Fi. That's great. I'm glad I can contact you too. I'm sorry I couldn't visit you. Is there anything bothering you? Everyone's kind. But when can I see Mom? It's a bit tough right now. Mom has work, so we can't meet. I see. I was talking to Dad. Carol, would you like to live with us? What? With you and your dad? Yes. If you're not against it, Carol. Can I be with you, sis? Yes. But am I a bother? I mean, your dad and I aren't family, right? If we live together, we'll become family. Really? Yes. Dad also said he wished he could live with Carol. Really? I'm happy. The omelette rice made by your dad was so delicious. I want to eat it again. He'll surely make it for you again. So please wait a little longer. Yes. Thank you, sis. I will wait and be a good girl. I already know that Carol is a good girl, so it's okay. I'll definitely come to get you. It's a promise. Yes, a promise. Later on, as a result of investigations by the Child Consultation Office and the police, the mother's parental rights were suspended. For a few years, she won't be Carol's guardian, so during that time, it seems she will either be placed in a foster care facility or left with relatives. My father and I were trying everything we could to find a way to live with Carol. Then we were able to get in touch with Carol's real father, who said he would leave her with us if we could take care of her. While the mother was also a selfish person, Carol's father had an attitude of doing anything as long as he didn't have to take the child. It was frustrating, but it's because of these helpless parents that we could live with Carol. It's ironic, isn't it? By the way, the mother was arrested by the police for a time due to issues with how she was raising Carol, but she did not receive a prison sentence. However, in this incident, her lover found out that she had a child and has been arrested, leading to their breakup. Furthermore, she is now leading a terrible life chased by her existing debts. Carol has recently stopped mentioning her mother, so I think she's starting to suspect something. We should probably tell her the truth, but we plan to have a proper conversation once Carol gets a little older. And I must admit, I am surprised at the generosity of my father who also took Carol in. I have little life experience, so I may not fully understand, but I think it would normally be very difficult to raise a child of an ex-wife and her lover. Even though I acted on my own, far from blaming me, he even praised me. I will never forget the moment he stroked my head and told me that I had done nothing wrong. In fact, when I helped Carol this time, I felt like I was able to save my past life as well. So I was truly happy to be affirmed and to have Carol taken in as well. I plan to learn from my father and strive to become a person like him in the future. We are still a patchy family, but we want to create many moments where Carol can feel glad to be living with us. I will continue to protect my adorable little sister.